What's going on, melon farmers? D-Mac back with another episode of the Quebec City Combatant franchise mode for NHL 23. I don't know where my voice went on that one, but if you haven't already, scroll down, hit that like button. In this one, we are taking on the 31-23-3 Carolina Hurricanes, who are 6-2-2 in their last 10. We are just a measly 5-5-0 in our last 10, but we're still 31-19-7, and the time has come. We're going to play 2 games from the beginning of the third period, simulate a couple of games as well, and we are doing the trade deadline in this video, but for the sake of length, we're just doing the 2 third periods first. And after one, it's 2-1. That's what you like to see. KK gets one past Holt Beast, but oh my goodness, 5-3 after 2. We got a lot of scoring going on in this one. I'll see you guys on the ice for the third period. All right, so as we jump into this one, you will notice that our offense and defense are not exactly where we want them to be. But that's because we got ourselves a shiny new toy in Jacob Slavin in the last episode, who dramatically upgraded our defense. And then guess what? We lost Brandon Montour for like over a month. So we got Radek Ruchinski. Whoops, that overshot, and there's a breakaway. Jesus, for Sebastian Aho, who walks in and just roofs it. What a horrid way to start. So we are kind of playing down a very key defenseman for this team. But I've been thinking about what we want to do with this trade deadline. Obviously, we want a legitimate number 1 center to go with the rest of this powerhouse top line. And we did the poll. I know there was a comment or two where people were like, okay, man, stick with UPL. He's young. He has elite potential. He's great. Problem is, oh my God, that just went off the goalpost. Everything is getting a little too sketchy McGwetchy here. But the polls did say we have that elite goaltending prospect. So yes, let's trade away Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen while he still has a lot of value. We might have to throw a pick or something, maybe a prospect in with him. But let's get a seasoned vet, somebody with some playoff experience, somebody with some high poise, someone who might help get us over the hump during the playoffs. And now I know I checked, and Brandon Montour, I believe, is out until like the middle of March. So we're still going to be a couple of weeks without him. So we definitely need to upgrade some things on this team. We just need to maintain a good record, man. My goodness. Anyway, so yeah, we'll get through these 2 games. We got to simulate 4. We're going to jump into 2. Throw that one out behind the net, and there he is, Jacob Slavin, baby. 3 minutes into this third period, Philip Hedl stopping up. Back to you, Slavin. Throw it in front of the net. Nice deflection, and Trevor Moore puts in his 13th of the season, assisted by Slavin and Philip Hedl. Jacob Slavin, I know we traded for him and then simulated, let's see, I got it all written down here somewhere. We got Jacob Slavin, and then we simulated like 3 games after, and we also offered him a contract extension that was 4 years at, I believe, 5.4, which is an absurdly not bad number. So we are like, boom, Ernie, take a hit, Cole, and oh my God, you got to be joking, dude. We're 4 minutes into this period, and there have been 3 goals. 2 of them for Carolina, 1 of them for us. That's not okay. Andre Kasha with his 15th of the season for Carolina, and it's like every time we get a goal, they just immediately get it right back. This is not okay. So speaking of the Carolina Hurricanes, which is somebody that we're playing against right now, I had mentioned in the Be a Pro, what if we got like a Sebastian Aho? Trade Bo Horvat, trade probably would cost us a first-round pick, and probably Bo Horvat and potentially a prospect. But we could maybe go for someone like a Sebastian Aho as our number 1 center. Like, how gross would that line be? Sebastian Aho, come on. Come on, Holt Beast. You've been looking a little shaky in this one since we jumped into her, so it's like you gotta turn things around here. Is back on the ice. Here we go. Michael McLeod for that third line, and he's rushing right through the defenseman. I think that's Brett Pesce. He's walking in, stopping up, but he gets thrown around behind the net. Barrett Hayton back to Michael McLeod, but he has a little trouble holding on to that one. Burnsy loses it to Barrett Hayton. Turn back. What do we got? Back to Kulak. Kulak deep to Michael McLeod, who takes the hit, but he's able to hold on to the puck. Oh, and then he fumbles it, and Ollie Uelevi is another one that finds himself back in this lineup. Got to go with that fourth line just for like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. Toss that one up to my guy, Brandon Duhaime, and the newcomer to this team. Look at this, Mr. Nate Schnarr taking over that fourth line center position. Gets her back to Kulak. Kulak with a slapper. That one goes wide. What do we got? Carolina Hurricanes. Braden Holtby, man. Every single shot that you face in this game is like sketchy as hell. Oh, Sebastian Aho just got thrown to the ice and he's been killed. He's dead. Oh, my. So if that's a serious injury, I don't think we're trading for Aho anymore. Oh, boy, and it does not look good. Yeah, that's Sebastian. I'm literally, for the last 2 days, have been like, we should trade for Aho, and now he's dead. Well, I guess that idea just got shot out the window. Damn, I was really excited about that. It's like we play with him for the Montreal Canadiens in the Be a Pro, and it's like now he's gone. Come on. We got to get a break here at some point, man. Turn him back. Right in front. Oh, can't get that one through. Tarasenko looking for anybody to get open right now. Tarasenko back to Slavin. Slavin gets that one to William Nylander. Nylander, oh, baby. And he rushes right in. And, oh, yeah, that is how it's done. That's a hat trick in this game. I wasn't even paying attention to who was scoring what. There's so many damn goals being scored, I didn't pay attention to who had what. William Nylander just cracks 20 goals on the season with a hat trick for the Quebec City combatants. And everybody's giving some huggage to my dude, Willie Nee, baby, who signed a monster contract with us. What was it, 6 years and like 9.5 or 9.6 for 6 years or something like that? And I'm totally cool with that contract. But he now overtakes Vlad Tarasenko for the team lead in goals. Good on you. It's a 7-5 lead, and we need the wins. And Jacob Slavin getting on the board again. Radek Ruchinski gets it to Bobo. Just throw the low shot on net. Ruchinski's going to pick this one up. Take it back to Trevor Moore, who can't hold on to it. Dylan throws that one way down the ice, and we're now shorthanded. Okay, so that's a slash on Trevor Moore. Nate Schnarr on that second penalty kill unit. And he wins the draw. Kulak with a slapper through traffic. That's no good. Keegan Colasar doing his damnedest to try and get something done there. Dominic Cahoon, he loses that one. Tries to get it across to Schnarzi. And oh my goodness, that was a close one. And it's a 4-on-4. Awesome sauce. I like it. I like it a lot. Andre Kasha, you dink with your 15th of the year. Jesus. I don't mind. We got a 4-on-4 coming now, baby. So we got Philip Hedl, Matthew Borosif. And Hedl wins the draw. Ty Smith backing up. Gets it over to Hedl. Hedl, low shot on net. That one got bumped by Freddie. Steady Freddie there a little too hard. And he has not been overly steady in this one, man. Every shot that's been taken has been going in the net. And Ethan Bear can't get that one past Braden Holtby. Weidman back to the point to Ernie. Bear, turning back, can't get the shot off. Philip Hedl, boom! Throws a huge hit on Weidman. For what? Why? Boarding on Philip Hedl, and it's a 4-on-3. Whoever we get as our number one center, is it going to be like Jacob Slavin, you know? Is it going to be someone like a Brandon Montour, Trevor Moore? My God, the options are limitless. We might do a couple of polls then. We'll throw like everyone's name into the pot, and then we'll do like a winner's circle kind of thing. You know what I mean? So we'll have like 18 spots of who is going to be the captain of this team. Maybe not 18, because obviously like Uelevi is not going to be the captain. Obviously you're like Nate Schnarr's a no-go. You know, Brandon Duhaime is a no. Oh, that was a terrible giveaway. Keegan Colasar trying to get rid of this one. He's having no luck whatsoever. Back to even strength right now. Ty Smith gets it up to Barrett Hayton. Barrett Hayton has been turning it on a little bit lately. He turns back, avoids a check, avoids another man. Here we go. Barrett Hayton into the zone. Just take the shot. That one bounces loose in front of the net, and a big save by Freddie Anderson, I think. I don't know if he's still even in the net anymore. But we got PLD against Backlund. Michael Backlund. All right. Oh, yeah, because we got Slavin. Slavin from Carolina. So here we go. Vladdy Tarasenko. Look at this guy go to work, man. He's like, you want 20 goals? I'll get 20 goals. No, he won't. What a save. Get that one back to Slavin. Hold this thing. He's walking right in. Just take the shot. Oh, just wide on the far side. Dubois, boom, knocks it off of Ernie. And there is the traitorous. No, I'm just joking. I love Michael Backlund. The Quebec City combatant legend, Michael Backlund. We get that one up to Jacob Slavin, who's going to have to throw that one back around behind his own net. Tarasenko. Get that one up to PLD. We got all the room in the world. No pressure. It's an easy goal. 8-5 for Quebec City. PLD, who will be demoted to the second line on this team, throws up his 15th of the season. And not a moment too soon, because with Carolina, you never do know when the ridiculous comeback is going to happen. And oh my God, it was assisted by Jacob Slavin. And he hasn't exactly played a ton of games. This is like his 4th game with the team. And I'm thinking in 4 games, he has like 6 or 7 points. There you go, Vladdy boy. The clock ran out. I was about to say insult to injury, but I can't really hear what's going on. I was too busy focusing on the game. Wasn't focusing on the clock. Holtby, you sucked in this one, but it's okay. Shots 32-28 for Carolina. They went 1 for 7 on the power play. We went 0 for 1. 8-5 victory. Not too damn shazabby. Willie Nee with his 18th unassisted. Brandon Duhaime gets his 6th of the year by Keegan Colasar before Vladdy Tarasenko gets his 19th by William Nylander and Pierre-Luc Dubois before Willie Nee gets his 19th by Pierre-Luc Dubois. Barrett Hayton with double-digit goals on the year by Matthew Joseph and Martin Feravari. Trevor Moore with his 13th by Slavin and Hedel. Willie Nee with his 20th by Slavin and Tarasenko. And PLD with his 15th by Tarasenko and Slavin. Oh, man, I'm liking this Jacob Slavin guy quite a bit. We might have to go for Josiah in the offseason just for cuz. So here we are back at the menu. William Nylander with 50 points in 58 games to lead the team. We have 71 points on the season, and we are in 3rd in our division. But if you look at the actual No, Olivier Rodriguez, fine. We're going to leave him there. If you look at the actual standings in the league, I'm pretty sure we're still like 4th. Like, it's Bogo. Let's see what you look like. Oh, my. I like you, Bogo, but I'm sorry. All right, so let's take on the Seattle Kraken here. We got 2 games to sim. Seattle is first, and after 1, it's 1-0, and it's Vladdy boy finally with number 20. There you go, buddy. After 2, 2-0, and Vladdy gets it again. So he retakes the team lead, and in the 3rd, it's a 3-0 victory, and it's Martin Feravari putting her past Semyon Varlamov. 31 shots against. UPL with the shutout. Vladdy with his 20th by Willie Nee and Radek Ruchinski. Vladdy with his 21st by William Nylander. And guess who? Jacob Slavin. And Martin Feravari puts home his 3rd of the season by Ty Smith and Keegan Colasar, who is having a fabulous year on that 4th line. Alrighty, so 2 more points for William Nylander. I do want to look at that injury report. When is Brandon Montour coming back? March 15th. Jesus, we're without him for like a month. That's sucky. So we're 33-19. Oh, Jacob Slavin decided to renew that contract. I think it's 5.4 for 4 years, something like that. So they want to give me Marc-Edouard Vlasic in a 3rd for a 3rd and a 4th. Decline. No, thank you. Let's take a look at the contract. I just want to be sure, Jacob Slavin, he's 29 years old. Yep, 5.4 for 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Yep. 4 years at 5.4 is a ridiculously wonderful contract. I'm super, super happy with that. We are still, we jumped up to 2nd in our division and then jumped right back down to 3rd, but we got 2 games in hand on the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are right ahead of us. 2 games in hand, I think we might be able to pull this off. Up against the Calgary Flames. Oh, God, UPL, you had such a good game last night. After 2, it's 5-1, and Duhaime gets the lone goal for us. We're getting heavily outplayed. And in the 3rd, 6-2. Duhaime gets both goals for Quebec City in a gross loss. Our 20th regulation loss of the season. The goals in this one were Brandon Duhaime with his 7th by Martin Feravari and Keegan Colasar, and then Brandon Duhaime with his 8th by Nate Schnarr and Martin Feravari. So Feravari getting himself on the board a good couple of times here in this one. I don't mind that one bit, but I do not like the loss. 33, 20, and 7. We're in a wild card spot. Oh! All right, so let's sim the first 2 periods against the St. Louis Blues. And then let's just jump right into the third here at the Maxwell House in Quebec City, Quebec. After 1, Jesus, it's 2-0 for St. Louis. And after 2, it's 3-0. Whatever. I'll see you on the ice. All right, so just another simulation game where it is being proven that that injury to Brandon Montour is hurting us more than we thought it would. Our defense is definitely weaker than we want it to be. I'm at the end of this game, and after we do the couple of games in the simulation, I'm probably going to stop recording, do a little scouting, because it might take a while. I like to take my time, but I don't want this to be like an hour and a half long video. I'd like it to be kind of like a normal length video. So I want to be able to just kind of come on now, explain to you guys what I'm doing at the deadline. I'm going to try to explain the pieces that I want to use to get the pieces that I want to get. But I am going to look around. I'm thinking Sebastian Aho is probably off the table. I will take a final look, but I'm going to find a contingency plan. That one was almost deflected in by William Nylander, but instead Nick Leddy pulls it away, and we got Radek Ruchinski out there on that top pairing, which is probably where he's going to be next year anyway. Vladdy, get that one up to William Nylander. Can we do it? 2-on-1, and that one doesn't make it through because Colton Parayko takes that one away and gets it to Brandon Saad. We have an absolutely excellent coach locked up for a good couple of years. Woo! Ruchinski with a big pickoff on that one. Then he fumbles the puck, and Jordan Kyrou keeps it in. It's Barbashev. What a save by UPL! Klim Kostin, that's someone I wouldn't mind maybe looking at as well at the trade deadline, but that's kind of an afterthought. We want to go for our big guys first, right? So here we go. Martin Feravari backing up into his own zone. That was bad, but a great recovery by, I'm assuming it was like Michael McLeod or something. That was bad pass, but I was also getting hit while it was happening. Barrett Hayton gets it over to Kostin, over to Miles Wood. Miles Wood backing up on Feravari. Nice stop by UPL. Play that thing. Let's go. We got to get the offense rolling, baby. Throw it up to Barrett Hayton. Can he get around everybody? Oh, he can. Here we go. Backhand. Forehand. Top shelf. Barrett Hayton with his 11th of the season puts Quebec City on the board. It is a 3-1 game, baby. 6:47 into this one. We are only down by 2. We are still very much in this game. Nice goal. Great goal by Barrett Hayton. I expect big damn things out of you, buddy. Big things. So what just happened? He moved up the list. He's in number 6 on this team in goals. Trevor Moore, goal scoring wise, has had a bit of a down year. But I think there's a couple of guys, comparatively speaking, from last year who are having a kind of down years. Oh, up to PLD. Duhaimer gets that one to PLD as he's about to get off the ice. What do we got? We're going to have to back it off to Slavin. Slavin tries to walk in and just can't do it. Gets tripped up. Back to Nylander. Back to Dubois. Back to Slavin. Slavin to Radek Ruchinski. Oh, tried to whip it through traffic. Oh, yeah, he's got a fog walk all the way back. Look at that silly skating. Just absolutely silly. Oh, man. Can you edit that? Can you edit that like in the offseason or whatever? Go to edit player. Tarasenko picks it off. Oh, the backhander doesn't work. And Slavin walks in and almost gets a A+ chance on that one. All right, let's get that one back to Ruchinski. Ruchinski back to Slavin. Through some traffic. Nice stop by Halak. And Robert Thomas is going to knock that one down. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. No, never mind. Tarasenko can't do anything with that. We're starting to run out of time a little bit here, man. If we're going to do something, we got to do it kind of now. It's kind of now time. Thomas. Boom. Get out of here. Filipino. Whip that one around the net. Radek Ruchinski. Get there and make the pass before you take the hit. It's Trevor Moore again. Oh, and he can't really get past Colton Parayko. But here we go. Gets it across to Jacob Slavin. Nice scoring chance. Nice save. Nobody's getting open on the other side of the net. Trevor Moore gets knocked back in the corner. Tie him up. Brandon Saad. He gets tied up. Are we going to be able to pull this one away? Brandon Saw gets it knocked off him again. Trevor Moore, turn around in front to Horvat, who can't get the shot off. And Braden Shen is going to bring it out of the zone. We've got less than 5 to go, and Marty Faravari tries to get it to Ty Smith. Just kind of didn't catch that one properly. Here we go. We're going to get those third lines out there as Bobo Horvat with another nice net front drive and a nice chance. Man, we're super duper tired, so I think we're going to do that timeout. I think we're calling that timeout right now, and I think we got to go with that top 6, you know what I mean? Just tries to throw that one. It took a funky bounce. PLD actually was able to hold on to it. Tarasenko keeps it again right out in front. Gets his own rebound. That was silliness. And Jaro Halak is going to play that one to Justin Falk. I thought maybe we could poke check it away. Final 3 minutes of the game. Come on, Jacob Slavin. Use your wheels, buddy. And it's offside. We're going to have to go with the second line. Radek Ruchinski behind his own net. Nice little move. Get it to Slavin. Slavin up to Hedl. Hedl to Horvat. Back to Hedl. Right in front. And the rebound is Trevor Moore, but he can't put it home. What are we doing? Get her to Philip Hedl. I probably should have went to the other side of the net. Oh, Jacob Slavin with the moves. Slavin in, and he scores! 7th of the year for Jacob Slavin. This man is unstoppable. Holy crap-a-moly. Jacob Slavin keeping us alive in this game. Look at that. Just pulls it back to the forehand and tosses it past Jaro Halak, baby. My goodness. Back at center ice. What are we down to? 47 seconds. Assisted by Hedl and Moore. And PLD wins the draw. Slavin to PLD. He can't hold on to it. There's Nick Leddy. But we got Ruchinski playing the stop-up game here at the blue line. Take it back. They lose that one. They're just killing clock. This sucks. It's all the way back in their zone. Knocked it away. Tarasenko got away from his man. Right out in front to Pierre-Luc Dubois. And it's a tie game. Oh, my goodness. Pierre-Luc Dubois standing like an inch away from Jaro Halak. Down to the final 25 seconds of the game. Look at that. Tarasenko, just of one-man freaking army, gets that puck out in front, and this game is tied. Wow. It was 3-1 with 50 seconds to go in this game. And now Michael McLeod, we're continuing the pressure. We're still putting the pressure on him right out in front to Matthew Joseph, but he can't get the shot off. And I'm thinking, we're heading to overtime, baby. Get that one back around behind your own net. We got one more shot at this. It's Michael McLeod. Oh, he can't get the pass up. And now that is going to run down the clock. We're going to overtime. An unlikely, unbelievable comeback in the final game we're jumping into before we hit up the trade deadline. We still got 2 games to sim, so calm your hormones, but you know what I mean. Shots 32-29 in favor of QBC. They went 1 for 3 on the power play. We didn't have one because of course we didn't. But oh my God, what a wild comeback. Look at this. Barrett Hayton with his 11th by Marty Faravari and UPL. Jacob Slavin with goal number 7 by Philip Hedl and Trevor Moore. And then PLD with 26 to spare with his 16th by Vladdy Tarasenko. Let's do that overtime. So put 5 minutes back on the clock in this absolutely unreal game. Bo Horvat, Vlad Tarasenko facing off against Robert Thomas and the St. Louis Blues. Gets it up to Bo Horvat. Oh, baby, we just kind of rushed straight in. What do we got? We got Jacob Slavin as our number 1 defenseman out there, but he threw it away to Booch and then refused to hit him, and they got an early breakaway that Horvat breaks up very, very nicely as we enter the first full minute of this overtime getting gone. Vladdy boy gets it to Slavin. I don't know why I turned that way. I probably shouldn't have done that. Boom! Knock him off it. Okay, come on. Horvat got it back right out in front of the net. Just take the shot, I think. Halak might have got a piece of that one. All right, William Nylander, you know what? We're just going to set up behind our own net while Jacob Slavin gets off the ice, and it gets to Radek Ruchinski. Oh, my God, is he going to get around Jordan Kyrou? And gets it across to William Nylander, and it's no good. Here we go, back out in front, Ruchinski. One-timer scores! 5th of the year for Radek Ruchinski, and it's the overtime winner. Oh my God, what a game. What a game. Game of the year right there. That was the game of the goddamn year. Radek Ruchinski just gets in front of the net. It's slap past Jaro Halak. Final shots 35-29. And Jacob Slavin. Whoops. That wasn't the button I meant to press. I want to go to replay. Radek Ruchinski. You got to be first star for the game winner. 5th of the year by William Nylander and Philip Hedl. My God, 2 games to sim, and then it is deadline time, my friends. So we're still currently in a wild card spot, but we are sticking around with the big boys. The Maple Leafs still 2 games now ahead of us. They lost their last one, so we're 1 point back of them. 34-20-7 here as we simulate against the Edmonton Oilers. And it's 3-0 after 1. Holy crap-a-moly. That is unbelievable. After 2, it's 3-1. Don't you dare let them come back in this game. And after 3, it's a 5-1 victory. Outshot them 44-28. And UPL had himself a bit of a game tonight. Made up for a couple of the last ones there. Michael McLeod with his 10th by Ollie Ulevi and Jacob Slavin. Ty Smith with goal number 8. Wow. By Vladdy Tarasenko. Nate Schnarr with his 2nd of the year by Brett Kulak and Brandon Duhaime. Matthew Joseph with his 9th by Barrett Hayton and Jacob Slavin. And Bobo Horvat with his 15th by Trevor Moore. It's bittersweet because you're probably on your way out the which makes my heart sad. And now we just got to simulate against the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are 1 point behind us. Yes, 1 point behind us in the standings. We are now back up into 3rd in our division. And this is the final game before the deadline where we are going all in, baby. We are going to get bigger and better and stronger. And it's 3-0 Toronto after 1, which sucks a whole lot. After 2, it continues to be 3-0 for Toronto. Can we do a big comeback? 4-3, we tried, but Austin Matthews with the game winner for Toronto. We got outshot 30-25. Valiant effort, boys, but we're now back in a wild card spot. Brandon Duhaime with his 9th of the year by Ty Smith and Nate Schnarr. Barrett Hayton with goal number 12 by Jacob Slavin. And Michael McLeod and Keegan Colasar with his 9th by Nate Schnarr. Nate Schnarr has been a fantastic call-up for us. So anyway, let's get to that damn deadline. Alrighty, so let's get ready to do the trade deadline here in year 2 for the Quebec City Combatants franchise mode. We're 35-21-7. We're 6-4 in our last 10, and that is simply not good enough. I want to show you guys something that I think is kind of hilarious. Well, actually, a couple of things. Look, the Atlantic Division. We are in 4th place in the Atlantic Division, and look at the 8th place Detroit Red Wings. They are 6 games above 500 in 8th. We are 14 games above 500, and we are in 4th place in our division. Want to see something even funnier? In the Eastern Conference, we are 4th in the conference and 4th in our division. In the entire National Hockey League, we are in 6th place in the NHL, and we are 4th in our division. The Atlantic is so unfair. It's redonkulous. But one more thing I wanted to show you guys really, really quickly before we jump into the deadline. We'll go down here to my dude, Jacob Slavin, who only has 29 points in 63 games this season. But in 9 games since joining Quebec City, he has 11 points. He's a +4, 3 goals, 8 assists. He has taken just the 1 penalty. He's only taken 19 shots, so he's shooting at almost 16%, and he's playing 25 minutes a game. This guy's a keeper, and we got him for 5.4 for the next 4 years. At the end of his contract, he'll be pushing 34 years old. And I feel pretty good about that because that is usually when the drop begins. So I have a plan. I do have a plan before we go into the trade deadline. I'm not going to do it right now. I just want to show you guys what the plan is, and hopefully it works. We are sticking with the Carolina Hurricanes. But Sebastian Aho, actually really quickly, I want to go back and show you that. Sebastian Aho, okay, that better be injury report. Okay. So yeah, Brandon Montour is still going to be out for the next, 16, 17 days? Something like that. All right, so we are going to climb right up here to the Carolina Hurricanes, where Sebastian Aho is out for a month. So we're not trading for a player who is going to make our team much worse right now, maybe even fall out of this psychotic Atlantic division, only to have him come back for the final week and a half, 2 weeks of the season. You know what I mean? We don't want to be doing that. So instead, I know I'm wasting a lot of time here, but instead, we want to go with the Carolina Hurricanes and my dude, Mr. Marty Necas, who is only 25 years old. He's got 46 points this season. He doesn't have the greatest face-offs in the world, but they're good enough that I feel pretty confident about that. This year and next year, he is under contract. So in the off season, after this season is done, depending on how well we do in the playoffs, we could sign him to like a monster extension. Here's what his value looks like. They also want Bo Horvat, by the way. Bo Horvat's value is actually not that far off of Marty Necas' value. And we have got a lot of cap room. Carolina does not. So we would kind of be helping them out in that regard too. But I'm thinking because Necas is young, you know what I mean? It's probably going to cost us like a first-round pick. See, now our value's a little better than theirs. But because of his age, because he's young, he's only 25 years old, he's got that elite potential. He still does have a little bit of term left on his contract. I think it would probably take Bo Horvat and a first. But if Marty Necas works out on this team, I mean, our first-round pick's going to be pretty garbage anyway. You know? It's probably not going to be great. Otherwise, there was one more guy that I was looking at while I was doing some scouting. I took a little bit of a break because I didn't want to sit here for like an hour looking at people. Whoops, I went the wrong way because the one I'm looking at is Mr. UC Saros. 28-year-old UC Saros. He's having a pretty good year. He has 86 poise, which is like exactly what we need. His reflexes are absolutely fantastic. He's full of X factors. He's got 1 year left on his deal. I did check. He has got no extension. Now, if we go back to our side, Semenov is the kid. He is the elite kid. He's only 19 years old. You gotta think it's probably going to be 2-3 seasons before he is ready to even have like a backup role. So I was thinking about getting UC Saros for UPL. So we'll put UPL out there. We'll put UC Saros out there. And then we will find this kid that's not really doing anything. Is he part of this list? I was pretty sure he was. No, he's not. So it'd just be rookie skaters. We have this Datsuk kid who was like 69 overall when we drafted him 2 years ago, and he has not really grown. He is a sniper. We took him 4th overall. He does have some superstar abilities. He is a center. But I don't feel like we're really going to use him. I don't feel like we're really going to have the space for quite a while to really let him shine on this team anyway. So I think UPL and Datsuk for Saros could actually work out pretty well. We would be taking on a little bit of cap, but we are near the floor. We've got most of our guys locked down. So, you know, we can afford to do it. Here's Michael McLeod, 24 points in 63 games. Doesn't sound like a lot, but he's been on the 4th line for 59 of the 63 games, something like that. He is amazing on the faceoff. And again, for a guy that's 81 overall, he has 84 defensive awareness. That's fantastic. And physically, he ain't that bad neither. 6'2", 187. He's got $1.9 million under contract. For a third liner, that is still pretty damn cheap. We got my guy, Matthew Joseph. I was hoping for a little more from Matthew Joseph, but he did have to get moved down a little bit this year because Trevor Moore just jumped so well. I think he jumped from 82 to 85. Joseph, 82 to 83. So the third line, I'm fine with that. Matthew Joseph is a guy I don't know. Maybe you think about moving on from him in the offseason. Brandon Duhaime has been very good on the fourth line. He has 18 points in 46 games. He was our healthy scratch for a while, and I believe it was, Alex Nylander, right? Who only had 6 points in 23 games. And I think he's expiring. Actually, I'm pretty sure he has an extension. It's like 2 years, two-way deal. Keegan Colasar, 23 points on that fourth line. I'm super okay with that. He's 26. Again, physically just unbelievable. The poise, he does have 80 poise. And that's fantastic for a fourth line guy, right? Keegan Colasar, I'm very happy with. I do not want to lose Keegan Colasar. That physicality and everything. He does kill penalties. We got Nate Schnarr who came up. I know he's not the greatest player in the world, but I'm sure he is going to grow in the offseason. I mean, he had 19 points in the AHL for us in 54 games. Since jumping up to the team, he's a +2. He's 5 points in 9 games. Most of them in the simulation, but he does have 5 points in 9 games. Has been highly effective for us on the blue line. Uelevi, I would like to keep him as a spare. I mean, he only has 2 points in 12 games. His potential is going to drop to medium top 6, likely in the offseason, but the defensive awareness isn't bad. He doesn't really fit all that well. I don't think he really has much in the way of value anymore. Kulak, I do like Kulak. He only has 12 points. He is a -5, but again, defensively, he's pretty decent. 80 poise. Ty Smith, what a great year. 29 points so far in the season. He's got 87 defensive awareness. The speed is there. He's got a little bit of poise. The physicality's just fine. That contract, I think, is going to age really, really well. Faravari, 15 points in 62 games. He's a +12. I really want him on that third line with Brett Kulak. Ruchinski would then move down here when Montour comes back. But next season, baby, next season, Radek Ruchinski is likely going to be a first pairing defenseman. And in net, I'm kind of fine with Braden Holtby. He's a solid enough backup. The poise is there. He's expiring. He's 34. I'm fine with that. So UPL would be the odd man out, the guy on his way out the door. Just wanted to give you guys a big rundown of what I think. I'm thinking we're going to go for those 2 trades at the trade deadline. And in the offseason, maybe think about moving on from Broseph. Maybe, upgrade that third line or something. I don't know. Well, it all depends on how everybody grows as well. We might be in the mood to even move on from a Tarasenko, get a little younger, get another sniper, but someone who's maybe a little bit younger, who still has the potential. I've wasted enough of your time. It's time to jump right into the trade deadline. I'm going to say conservative buyer, because if you say buyer, then you end up getting like trade offers every 4 seconds and you can't get anything accomplished. First things last, though, let's see who is available. Who are they looking to move on from? You got like Gino Kuznetsov. They want a first-round draft pick for Evgeny Kuznetsov, but the thing is he's got more value than our pick. Otherwise, you've got like Marcus Foligno, top 6. Man, Jay Sway. That's funny. Nick Backstrom. You got Tyler Toffoli, Adam Lowry. He's a good two-way forward, but he would have to slot in on that second line. So out of the top 10 guys that are available, there's too much age there, man. Too much age. So let's get this started off with a bang. Let's go to the Carolina Hurricanes, where we are going to go for Marty Necas. And in exchange, I am going to give you Mr. Capitan Bo Horvat. Marty Necas also 3 years younger. First things last, though, I am going to attempt to give you guys a second-round pick. That is pretty even value, but I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being a first. Yeah, trade rejected. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But what about for a first-round pick? See, now it's going a little bit in their favor when it comes to the trade value. Trade rejected. I might have to give them a little more, man. I might have to also give you guys like a third-round pick this year. So a first and a third, and Bo Horvat for Marty Necas. Trade rejected. Oof. What are we going to have to do? What if I gave you some futures here? Because Marty Necas is the guy I want. A first this year, a third-round pick in 2026, and a second-round pick in 2027. It's getting very lopsided. Trade rejected. They don't like it. They don't like it. What do we have? What do we have that we're willing to move? What if I removed the first round pick this year and made it a first round pick next year? It's got a lot more value. I don't want to have to do 2 firsts. I'll do a second this year as well. Second round pick this year, first round pick in 2025. Trade rejected. Probably going to have to throw in another future pick because it is Marty Necas. Man, we're losing a lot of picks here. Trade accepted. We got Martin Necas. You're going to be like, you got fleeced. It's like, no. That's the thing, right? Both teams have to be a little unhappy with the trade in order for it to be considered successful, right? Now it's time to move on to the Smashville Predators, which are right there. Okay. They are only a couple of games above 500. So that's not the place I wanted to go. So we are going to go for Mr. UC Saros, who has a $5 million expiring contract. We'll give you UPL. And I will give you Mr. Datsuk. What was his name? Alexander Datsuk? Yeah, Alexander Datsuk and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in exchange for UC Saros. So you got more term with UPL. I believe he is an RFA at the end of that contract, so that gives him a little more value as well. If this works, man, I feel pretty good. Trade rejected. Oh, man, now I'm going to have to add a little bit. I don't want to give you all of my good prospects, but I'll give you this Rensfeld kid. What was he again? Ludwig Rensfeld, taken in the second round. He is a 2-way forward. That might push it over. Give him a couple prospects. Trade rejected. I'm going to have to give up something else, aren't I? Skaters matching block. What would you like? Would you like Alex Nylander? I could give you Alex Nylander as well. That sweetens the deal. No, that didn't really do much, eh? No, I think we're going to have to go... We're going to have to go the Toronto Maple Leafs route. Then you know what? Should I just hang on to Datsuk? I don't really know what I'm going to get there. I could get maybe their second round pick next year. UPL and a first for Saros and a second round pick next year. Trade rejected. No, they don't like the value on that one. They want to get rid of Washington's pick, but I think the value's even worse on that one. Damn. What about like a future pick? No, I think it's basically just going to be this straight up. I'm going to have to get something. Give me a fourth. Anything. I need some kind of pick. Trade rejected. Nope. I think it's just going to be UPL and a first for Saros. Rejected. They still don't like that. Damn. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And Datsuk? Jesus. Now this is a fleecing. Now I'm very unhappy with this trade, but oh my God, what do you want? Oh man. More picks? You want more picks? I'll give you a fourth next year. Oh wow, they do not want to give me UC Saros. All right, so we're going to have to keep looking around, I think. UC Saros was kind of the guy I was hoping for here. So let's go to Jersey. They got Blackwood, but I don't want Blackwood. Ilya Sorokin, a lead goalie for the New York Islanders. 88 points! 8 years, 6.5. Don't like that, but it's fine. I can always trade him away later. Now that, I would be totally willing to give you UPL and a first. I would give you UPL and a first for Ilya Sorokin any day of the week. And you know what? I'd even retain on UPL to up his value. So you get UPL for 2.2 for the rest of this year and next year. That just opened up a lot of cap space, and we actually ended up with the better goaltender. Holy crap-a-moly. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Okay, that trade did not bother me nearly as much. But I think what I want to try to do now is take that Datsuk guy, try and find a team that wants him, and try and find somebody who wants out of here, man. Find somebody who wants out of here. Let's go by overall. Oh, that's just rookie skaters. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could get a couple good prospects like a William Wallinder. He's 21 years old, two-way D. He's a second round. Ooh, the speed's not there, though. Who do we got for prospects? Grachev, Sergei Grachev, 6'4", 197-pound, 19-year-old right wing two-way forward, taken 7th overall, year 1. Doesn't have the most value in the world. We could also go for, like a James Malatesta, little center playmaker, good wheels, good puck control. Just needs to get that awareness up a little bit. Incredibly loyal. He's only 20. I could flip. I also like Matthew Ward. He's taken 13th overall. He's not very big, but I could go for Grachev and Malatesta. Recoup some prospects. And then go back to rookie skaters, where we could also throw in that Paul kid. That kind of evens it up a little bit. See if they do it. No, we'll just offer him a depth draft pick. Well, this year's kind of a write-off anyway, so I'll give you a 2 7ths and a 6th. Will that work? It sure will. So we got rid of a prospect that I don't believe in and a prospect that's probably not going to make it to the NHL for 2 prospects that are highly likely to make it to the NHL. We didn't really improve our depth all that much, but I'm not overly upset about that. We got ourselves a beast of a goaltender in Ilya Sorokin. We got Marty Necas. And you know what? I might look for a defenseman to replace Uelevi. Just someone who's like 80 overall kind of thing, you know what I mean? And he can end up being our scratch defenseman. So very quickly, let's go for defenseman. Someone who's got like no value. What about like a Euro Vakanainen? Left D. Defensive defenseman. Doesn't fit anywhere, never mind. Tristan Luneau, I like him quite a bit. We got, who's this? Connor Clifton. Right D. Two-way defender. Not too bad. He's a little bit better than Olli Uelevi. No, we're going to go to the next team. We need someone, like I said, someone who's just like 80, 81 overall. But can still, I'd say maybe 80 then. Someone who can still play that 7th D role. What is this? Nick Jensen. He's 33 years old. He's a right D, defensive defenseman. He's got a little bit of poise. Fits pairing 3, 2 years, 2.27. You can bury it if you have to. It doesn't really matter. I would go for someone like him. They want to get rid of him. And I would give you Olli Uelevi for him. For whatever reason, the value does not work on that. So I will give you Olli Uelevi. And what about a Kyle Capobianco? They would have too many skaters in the organization. Oops, I didn't mean to take him out of there. We'll go with Olli Uelevi. And again, it's going to have to be a draft pick. So we don't have a lot of picks for the next couple of years. But let's just go with that. Whatever. I hope we're a contending team for a while. Trade accepted. There you go. There you go. There's 24 minutes to go in the trade deadline, and I would say we're pretty much done. Exit trade deadline. I'm pretty happy with what we did. That is basically where we're going to call it a day, though. I will do some line editing in between this episode and the next one. There probably won't be a ton of time in between this episode and the next one. I would call that a successful deadline. As soon as Brandon Montour comes back, our defense will be much improved. And as soon as we put Jensen on the ice, our defense is much improved. He will end up being a scratch D. Olli Uelevi will likely be sent down to the minors, but that is fine. You know what? As time goes on, I don't really think I got too much in the way of plans for him. Anyway, this video is getting pretty goddamn long, so what we're going to do is just cap it off right here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's new videos coming all the frickin' time, and until next time, you beautiful melon farmers, have a good one.